Hello, welcome to Daryl's Beekeeping Videos. I'm a master beekeeper, and today's lesson is where to start on your beekeeping journey. If you were like me several years ago, you're interested in beekeeping and you just don't know where to start, and you look at this and you go, I've got all this anatomy and physiology to learn, I've got all this hive management, I just don't know where to start. So I was in your shoes many years ago, and I went from literally knowing that honeybees fly, make honey, and sting to becoming a master beekeeper in 3 years. So if there's a will, there is a way. So what I generally recommend for new beekeepers that are just starting out, haven't got any equipment, haven't got any hives, is to do your research. Do a little bit of research before you ever buy any equipment or anything. And starting with my videos and with, I have another Facebook group called Beekeepers United Group, and there's a link at the end of the video and also in the description where I have free lessons on how to do beekeeping and what to look for, everything from diseases to equipment to management techniques. So again, if you go to the Beekeepers United group, you ask to join, and then you look in the guide section, there are a lot of articles and pictures of where to start. The other way you can do it is you can use the internet, which most of you are doing right now when you found my video. I recommend that you generally start with educational sites that end in .edu, like from universities and known educational sites. The other place you can start are .gov sites, government sites, trusted sites that you know. I would stay away from Bob's beekeeping videos. No offense if you're Bob. But anyhow, stay away from Billy Bob's beekeeping videos. While they are having some success, I generally try to stick to beekeeping methods that are scientific based for the most part. And again, I'll have some of those links into it in my final product to you. A good one to start with is Randy Oliver's Scientific Beekeeping. He's an individual. He's a biologist by trade, and again, any of the EDU sites like North Carolina State University, there's one of my northern friends, the University of Guelph, I think it is, up in Canada. Again, really reputable sites that have scientific-based videos on. The other way you can do it is by purchasing some books. If you're starting off and you don't have any books, a good book to start off with on a budget, and I'll have a bigger picture in my final product. This is called Beekeeping for Dummies. I would get the most current edition. Again, this is an entry-level book. It's a good read. It's by Howland Blackiston. Again, you get it off of Amazon. Again, good book on a budget. But if you really want to delve into learning how to do beekeeping, what we consider the beekeeping Bible is the Hive and the Honeybee. And the cheapest place to get this is from Dadant itself, D-A-D-A-N-T. And again, I'll have a link for this and showing what this book actually looks like. If you go through the Master Beekeeping program, this is your Bible you're going to study off of, as well as some other books, but this is the one they take most of the answers and questions from. Another good book to start off with is any book by Lawrence John Connor. He's a doctor, a very reputable person in the beekeeping industry. A good book to start off with when you actually get your hives and are out in the field is called Bee-sentials, a field guide. Again, self-plug on my end. I've got a video on how to inspect a hive or how to inspect a colony. The hive is where they live, the colony are the actual bees. It's an hour-long video, but it shows you diseases, pests, all these things that you're looking for. And again, the video is about an hour long, but when you learn what you're looking for, an actual inspection only takes about 10 minutes to do. But because I'm showing you link by step in depth, that video is a little bit long. So again, it's a good video to learn the actual process of how to inspect a hive. For those, if you've already got some of these books, you've already done some preliminary research, some good next book steps are the anatomy of the honeybee. This is produced by I think it's R.E. Snodgrass in 1910, And a lot of these illustrations are used in all the major books in the beekeeping today because they are not copyright protected any longer, and you can actually get this on the U.S. government's website for free and download it as a PDF file, or you can go on Amazon and just purchase it outright if you're a hard copy book like I am. I like things I can actually touch. If you're one of the more advanced beekeepers, you've already got through the basic stuff. You've done some basic stuff, like you've learned how to do swarms, you've learned how to do splits. So what's the next level for you? Then you might, again, other books by Dr. Connor is Bee-sentials, Queen Rearing Essentials, and Increase Essentials. And then if you are in North Carolina or close to North Carolina, whenever North Carolina has its queen rearing workshops, it is an excellent course to attend to learn how to do grafting and raise your own queens. So again, back to what I said originally. So before you ever start off, do some research. Next thing you can do is join your local state Beekeeper Association, and then from there go in and look for where your local chapter is, and then go and join your local chapter. Once you join your local chapter, you'll see what's the management techniques are in your area. For example, management techniques in the south where it's hot are very different than the management techniques in the north where it gets cold a lot of times of the year. Again, the management techniques are kind of the same, but when you actually execute them are different. For example, in the south, we're still actively treating for mites and actively managing our colonies to prevent preventions, whereas in the north, right now it's November in North Carolina when I'm shooting this video, but in the north, they are already winterizing their bees by putting wraps around the hives to protect them from the long, cold winters up there. Again, as you go to your local chapters, you'll learn about all those localized management techniques to help get your bees successfully through the year. When you join your local chapter, one of the very first things you want to ask for is a mentor, somebody that can help you get through your journey, especially your first year. Your first year or two are critical in your learning phase. And if you have a mentor helping you along that way, that will allow you to come to his apiary or her apiary, or they come to your apiary to help you with your bees, it'll speed up your process. For example, I typically take on about 2 to 3 mentees or students every year, and I let them come out to my apiary because I know how to make a correction if they make a mistake. If they accidentally kill my queen, then when they're pulling out a frame and they accidentally roll her and kill her, I know how to make new queens. It's not a big deal to me. So again, I'd rather them come to me and let them make a mistake on my apiary so I can make them, so I know how to correct it. Vice, if they only have 1 or 2 hives and they make a mistake on their end, it's a little more tough to recover from them. So again, ask for a mentor. The other advantage of asking for a mentor is they will help you decide on what equipment is right for you. For example, I bought a lot of equipment my first year because I didn't have the availability of a mentor early on, and so I bought a lot of stuff that I didn't need and probably will never use. So the next point I'm going to make is it's okay to look at the beekeeping magazines and the beekeeping stores like Man Lake or Dadant or any of these other major bee suppliers just to get a feel for what's out there in the beekeeping world, but don't buy anything until you actually talk to a mentor or somebody from your area to see what's right for you. For example, I bought a pollen collector, and then come to find out my neighbors are all farmers and they won't stop using certain pesticides, so basically I can't use pollen. And again, I bought some other stuff because they look flashy in a catalog, and come find out they're really not for the style of beekeeping that I want to do. And again, I can't overemphasize enough of going to your local chapters because again, they'll have monthly meetings where they'll put out lessons. And the other thing you can do by joining your state's beekeeping association is they will typically have a couple conferences a year, and you can go to those conferences and learn a lot of different lessons that you've always wanted to know about from the experts in the field, that the people that write our books and the people that do the researches in the beekeeping industry are guest speakers at those conferences. So again, you will learn a lot from that. So just a recap, if you're a beginning beekeeper, do your research. Again, try to stay away from the mom and pop Billy Bob's beekeeping videos. Again, apology if you're Billy Bob. But again, stay away from those type places. Try to stay, it's okay to look at them, just realize have a look at it with the lens of skepticism a little bit until you learn what right looks like and what is scientific based and what is simply opinion. Again, try to stick to government sites and try to stick to educational sites that are from universities. Again, stick to the books that are written by professionals in our industry. Again, the Beekeeping Bible is the Hive and Honeybee. And again, if you go to my self-plug again, Beekeepers United group, ask to join, and then from there I've got a bunch of lessons in there for free, and also watch my videos, self-plug again. So again, thank you for watching and have a great day.